Hi there, I'm Luke. Welcome back to Photo Buy, and today we're checking out the Gitzo Adventury Backpack. Let's get into it. If you're a backpacker or you like to do your hikes up mountains or something and you want to be able to have a backpack that can not only hold a tent, some spare clothes, food, as well as, you know, some really high-end camera gear like a 1DX or a tele lens, you know, this is like the perfect bag for that. You don't have to worry about, you know, trying to make sure you can have, well, not so much you don't have to worry, but it's like you don't have to think, oh, I can take that, I can't take that. You can just take it all at once. It's 45 litres to fill up, and then you got the top bit which expands up because it's just a roll up. So it's, you know, super convenient for that sort of stuff. And you can easily put on, I'd probably say you could probably fit on like 3 tripods on this if you really wanted to. You could put one there, one on the back, and then on the other end you've got another strap there, so you can put 3 tripods on if you really want to. So if you're part of a production team, definitely a good recommend, that's for sure. I mean, the only thing I don't like about it is on the inserts, which is when you open it up, again, convenience, padding. You know, I was doing a bit of a walk up here, super comfy. If you don't like this, there is a bit of Velcro in the back there, and you can take that right out if you want to. Water resistant zips all the way around, and then you open up. So you've got this protector. You've also got little points in for, so you can get a tablet in there, probably up to 10 inches, and you can get a 17-inch laptop into there as well. That's nice. Again, what's nice is that it's still padded, so you don't have a big rock solid object in your back. You've got this little, this actually comes out, so you can completely take this out just by pulling it out like that, but I'll leave it in here for now. So this is where my issue kind of comes into play. So you have these zips here, which you wind down there, and then you take, oh, you've got to lift this one up, and we'll wind that one down there as well. Open it up, and we'll just go through this and we'll get back to that issue at hand. But I don't have a massive, you know, 600mm lens with a 1DX2, but what I did get in here was a slider. You can probably get a bigger one in there if you want to. If you've got a 70-200 or a 300mm, you know, that can go in there as well. I just got a few different pieces in. I got a camera, strap, microphone, camera. You could easily get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lenses, 8 if you want to get a big one, and 2 bodies comfortably. There's plenty of room for accessories. We'll get it into it in the top here. You know, it's perfect. And then if you want to change it around, so maybe you'll just want to focus, so say you're going away, you're not too concerned about camera gear, this can just pop right out. So you just got these little points in here, pop it out, and then you can just shove it with clothes so you can go traveling. So it's a very versatile bag for what it is. But the issue at hand is, you see these zips here? So because it goes all the way up here, if this zip is to end up around this corner like that, and then it's in there, you've got to try and get your hand in there to try and zip it up. And earlier, the issues I was having was it was catching, so I was constantly trying to figure out the angle, and the minute the material bends, you've got to start forcing it. So it's probably one of those cases where you have to take the thing out, pack it up, and then put it back in, which, you know, can be a bit of a pain if you're in a rush. But, you know, if you're mentally preparing for the day ahead because you're out to do a shoot, then, you know, that's probably fine for you, and you can put everything you want in there. If and when they have more compartment options out for you, so if it's more of like a filmmaker's kit, you can get different amount of cushions and whatnot, so that's super convenient. Now if we just zip it up, the other feature I kind of like about it is the fact you've got this netting over the top, so it can actually stop things falling out. And then we can just zip that up there like that. There we go. I wouldn't recommend leaving the zips up near the top, because when they are in your back, they are really uncomfortable. I would recommend zipping them down to the side and out the way. Right, now if we go to the top, this is where convenience comes in with this bag. So you can unclip this, and then this just rolls up like that. And then if you wanted to, you can wind it up like that. This then extends even higher up, So I can pop this down like that, and then you can clip on. So, I mean, depending what sort of equipment you're taking, you could easily get some form of tent in there, whether it's a one-man. Obviously, you can use it for other gear. I've just got a few spare bits. You've got more of a support, which you can put in the main compartment. This is helpful for lens support, so you can put that in between the camera and the lens, so you're supporting the mount. You've also got this pouch. Now this, super convenient for batteries and other gear. Just pop it in there. You can see through the top, so you can see what batteries you have. That's super helpful. The Velcro they have in this, much prefer it to what you see in other camera bags, because it's that super thin Velcro, so it's not going to grab things. In fact, I can put it on this, and this is quite felty. It's only grabbing it a little bit. If we had different Velcro, that would pull onto it and it would start fraying it up. So that's really, really nice, because it won't ruin the soft fibers in the main compartment. And you know, with this, you can actually get so much in here. It's also, you've got a water-resistant finish on this, so you get water on it, it'll just run right off. Putting in, you know, you can put in food in here if you want to. You can, you know, like I said, you can put a tent in here, and then when you want to, you just got to roll it up like so, and then just clip it in, and then just tighten it down. So you would just grab that and then just tighten that down like that. And then you would just do the same on the other side. And you would clip that in there. So what's also neat as well is you've got these little hooks in here, which you can then attach things to. So these are kind of hidden like that, probably more as a design thing. But you could, you know, if you got some mugs that you want to hang on the side, you can do that there. This one seems a little bigger. You've got two other options, so you've got two little hooks there. So, you know, you could put, you know, mugs, or you can hang things from it, your water bottle even. Handy. This comes all the way around here, so you can attach a big tripod on there. Like, we're talking extra large tripods. So I've seen a lot of people that will have a 600mm or you know, basically a giant lens, easily about 1.5 feet long. When you have that sort of weight, you tend to go with a different kind of tripod. It's more of like a gimbal sort of layout, like you would see on a 3-axis gimbal. Those can be quite weighty, and they can be on very, very big tripods. So having something like this, and then these feet here, really helps hold everything together. You've got these pads here, which is just more of a design thing, but you know, kind of stops things being rubbed against it. At the bottom here, you've got an extra handle if you need it. Under here, you have a waterproof cover, which covers the entire bag, which is super helpful. One issue I do have though, is when you have big tripods hanging on the side, the waterproof cover won't cover them. Or you can, but then you can't cover the entire bag. Now the reason that's a problem is it's perfectly fine for covering up the main bag. So if you don't have anything on the outside, you can grab it out, cover it up. But they don't take into account that people would be having things on the outside. So then the bag, the waterproof cover won't take that into consideration. So if we open it up there, let's get it open. You can see it is rather large. But if you imagine, you would probably have a tripod extending out to here, and it would just take it right off. And you would trying to be sitting there trying to like hook it over the top. I think this even covers the point where if this is completely filled up, that's fine. But then you've got to take into consideration the sides. So you do have to be a bit mindful that if you are going somewhere and you are expecting rain, try not to take too many things on the outside, because you will be sitting there trying to hoik it over, trying to make sure there's enough room in there without it falling off. But no, that's only a minor thing. Many people don't tend to get into that situation. And then when you're done with it, roll it up and then just shove it in there like that. Done. Lastly, side pockets. Again, you've got these water resistant zips. What's a nice feature that I like about them is that it opens this up, so you can then go into another zip. And then in there I've just got a thing of water. We can zip that up. The bottom here is interesting because it has another zip. So you can actually have it come through. So if you want to have a tripod running through there, you can. So that's a nice feature to have. But as a pocket, you would just zip that up and there you go. So the little zip goes all the way around, it expands it out, unzip the bottom, and then you can get a tripod through there. So you can zip that back up, and then zip this up over. And you can do a similar thing, but you won't get access to the bottom. So you can probably carry a big tripod that side. This side, I'll probably say a small tripod. In here, we just got a few little bits and pieces, like different bits you can take inside. And this one will just be a general pocket. So there's nothing fancy about that one. And that zip just zips up like so. On the back here, now, for those of you who aren't into big bags but are still interested, one thing to note is these are very, very important. If you have these too tight, you can get pinching on your shoulders, which causes extreme pain, and it causes you to throw your back out. So you can loosen these up, so it's a lot more comfortable, especially if you've got broad shoulders. This is very important. This doesn't really dig in. I thought this would dig into the neck a bit, but as long as you've got enough slack and you've got enough openness on the arms, you'll be perfectly fine here. Plenty of handles to hold on to. Clip for your chest, super handy. Extra clips on the side. I've seen a few wildlife photographers who would actually clip their binoculars onto these, so then their binoculars would hang. They would just have a little check, see what's out there. You got a small zip on the side here, probably for sunglasses, just in there. And then just your basic clips that go in like that. This one's a little different, different in design, not as loud. So if you want to be somewhere quiet, it's very helpful so you don't scare away any birds or animals. But I mean, that's basically the overview of the bag. The sort of people I see using it would be wildlife photographers who like to go out and have a little bit of a hike, or just hikers in general if you're going up on the mountains or the hills, or you're going for a long walk. This is super handy to have. You can definitely put in some camping gear in there for like a day or two. This isn't an expedition bag, so if you're going somewhere for a long period of time, this probably isn't for you. You probably need more of a hiker's bag, probably something a bit bigger. This is 45 litres, so this is kind of considered a small bag for doing long hikes. This is more of like a 2-day bag tops. That's just what I've got, because I was asking a couple of my friends who do hikes. They were saying that they would probably use this for a maximum of about 2 days, just because it's primarily for camera gear. Even though you can take it out, they haven't got a smaller one to put in less gear and then more clothes and food. But it's still a very versatile bag. You can easily remove the straps if you want to. You can customize it to a certain degree to the way that you want to work. And it's a very well balanced bag. What's also very important is how broad these pads are. There is padding in here, but the broader these are, the more they spread the weight out. So even though you've got 45 litres, I would say it's really not recommended that you fill it to the brim, because you are going to feel that pressure on your shoulders, and then that's what's going to make you give in sooner than going with a bit of less weight, and then you can go further because you haven't got that stress on your shoulders. Yeah, so many people I would see using this would be hikers who do day hikes. If you're doing a short expedition, so it's like a day or two, that's fine. Wildlife photographers, I can see this being the bag for you guys. This is the Gitzo Adventury bag, so it's kind of in the name. Currently, you can pre-order this for £299, and it's definitely a recommend from us. I'm very impressed with it personally. I wasn't quite impressed with the inserts at the back, but if they put out more, you know, it was something I would buy if I was going out on hikes. So it's definitely an enjoyable bag. Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say about it. We pretty much covered the walkthrough. You guys let us know what you think about it. We'll answer any questions you guys have in the comments. So that's our review of the Gitzo Adventury Backpack. Guys, have any questions? Like I said, leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, my name's Luke. This is Followed By, and we'll see you next time.